Oh, did you?
No touch.
I don't want your ball.
Friday.
Oh! Okay, we're going 21. $12. 17. 17 you. What? Marketing with a kick. So it's kind of funny as I think back to the last week or two, but especially this week because I've had a lot of conversations about this. The Lamborghini was the reason I didn't visit Barleycorns, a local restaurant that I love, that we have great service food at. That's the reason. And it came out in conversation the past week with different clients about marketing their business. So it's kind of funny because I want to kind of rewind it and just look at the week, and we'll tell that story later on. But first, let's go look at something else because I just realized I got to call the tow truck. I forgot to. It's been sitting here. It's kind of funny. And this is really Matt Plapp 101. People that know me and my wife, there's little things I procrastinate on. So on the way here, I hadn't driven the Lambo in about 3 weeks because it was cold. I was gone. On the way here, on, what was that, Tuesday, Max? What is today? Today's, no, it was Monday. Monday, I get on the expressway and I feel it, skirt, skirt. It just doesn't feel right. And of course, I'm driving a little too fast and I feel it. It's flat. Tire's flat. So flatbed's gonna have to come today and take her away. I still haven't named the car. But anyways, we're gonna check out some of the footage, check out what we did this week. And it's kind of ironic to think how this affected the restaurant sales from me, not food, service, or anything else.
Yep.
So in Vegas last week, we had the whole team together. We had 17 at one point.
Yep.
And we were talking about improvements, tweaks, and all the things. So here's taking action fast. That was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This was filmed Thursday. So a couple things that came out of it was we need to start with the fire clip of the restaurant. Second part was that we need to feature only the host in the intro because there was all this awkward standing around. Here we go. I don't know what the third one was. So this is a fire clip. Goes to the intro. Now it's going to go to Luis instead of with the owner by himself. Coast to coast. Now hit the B-roll.
Big thing, you get the hook.
Yeah, got the hook at the beginning, then we go to the solo intro, because we were doing the intro with the owners. And it made awkward, yeah. You ready?
Yes.
Jeez.
I've been waiting on y'all.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, now we gotta go to the post office.
Yeah, we do.
Post office, Best Buy, Better Blend.
Okay. Bye, nice to meet you. Thank you. I gotta get my dog thing back.
Okay, so you gotta get a dog thing. So while you're doing that, we're gonna check out why Sierra has to drive. So, on the way in today, I feel the car acting a little strange, and sure enough, flat tire. Now I don't think I didn't damage the rim, but I was able to limp it in here. Here's the funny part was I'm on the way here. Oh, Chick-fil-A. I'm on the way here and I order an Uber. It's 5 a.m. I got up at 5. It's like 5:15. I'm literally the tire blows out up here. And I get on the way here and I'm ordering an Uber to get to the gym. Like I'm still gonna hit my workout. That's why I got up at 5 a.m. And I ordered the Uber and I get here, I realize the van's parked here. So I just hijacked the van for a couple hours to bring it back. But now we gotta have Sierra drive us around since I have nothing. I haven't even looked to see how it popped. It doesn't, huh. I mean, it needs new tires anyways. That's the cool thing. There's always a reason for things happening. This blew out, and a month ago, I actually called my guy at Dubworks up in Cincinnati and said, bro, I need new tires. We're working on the quote for them, and this happened. So now it's like forcing, because I had been sitting on my ass getting new tires. Now I'm not. Let's go. Hey! What is This is human trafficking. How do you get out? You can't get out from in here? It seems like it's like a safety hazard. You gotta open this up? You gotta let me
I
out.
think you're stuck.
No, I'm not stuck.
I think she said you're stuck in there.
Did you close it? Did you close it or her?
Oh, it was automatic.
Seriously?
You jumped in right as it was closing.
I didn't know that. I thought I was just being a dumbass. That's kind of funny.
Today we are at OK Guru, a really
Dude, look at this footage.
and we're also going to be having a conversation with the owner, Adam.
Oh, I love that.
That's a good transition.
Did you see that transition?
Okay.
So I
Do you know where the post office is?
you're watching this, so why don't you come with me? Let's go check it out.
Dude, that's fire. Oh, damn.
Is Turfway the best one?
Yep.
That's a good shot.
What happened? And in this case, it was like, oh, we need to do this. Hey, we need to do this. He was trying to change the system, which isn't how the system works. And then we got him past that. And then he got, I think, tight for money because he opened up 2 locations that were in the middle of COVID, in the middle of that. I personally think he got tight for money and started cutting expenses. So we called up and canceled our services. And the thing was working amazing, like literally crushing it. But sometimes like that, people see, they don't look at the result. They look at, hey, I'm going to cut out this money. I'm going to cut out this $1,000 spend and do it myself. Well, if that $1,000 spend is bringing, let's say, a $10,000 benefit annually, but you getting rid of $1,000, now you're only going to be able to generate a $2,000 benefit on your own. Why would you do that? It's just that's the short-sightedness a lot of business owners have. Is they look at that, oh, I can do it myself. It's kind of like me, taxes. I don't do my own taxes. I don't do my own accounting. I mean, yeah, could I do my own taxes? But what if I save $2,500 a year doing my own taxes, but then cost myself $40,000 in deductions? That's stupid as shit. And that's what a lot of these businesses do. We had a client recently, about 9 restaurants, that their benefit, like the one account was a $3,000 spend a month, and it was 30 grand a month in upfront sales and on top of all the data and everything we were doing. Their net profit was probably 12 grand a month on the people that weren't coming in. But they got a new accountant, new bookkeeper came in and cut all their expenses. Didn't look at the benefit that the income was that the expense was generating. They looked at the expense. And it's like, that's the stupidest thing ever. Well, I've got this apartment building I own. It cost me 2 grand a month, but it brings in 10. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the 2. Huh? Never point. Because now he loses the ability of upselling us. So he points and says, oh, over there on that wall. Well, 1, we get lost, we get frustrated, we don't buy it. 2, hey, what do you need this for? All this. Hey, did you see this upgraded one?
Yeah. I actually got stuck on this wall. This is why I know it's over here. Because they pointed me in this direction, didn't follow me, and
Yeah.
I couldn't find it.
Oh, they never.
I ended up buying something that I didn't need.
They never follow you. It's the biggest, not biggest, it's a huge issue in retail.
It's not this VGA thing, is it?
No.
Wait.
No, you don't have that. That's it, but you don't have that. Look all the empty. It's everywhere. I don't know if it's the product they don't have the product, but like a lot of gas stations. I went to a gas station the other day. Half their fridge was empty.
Kroger,
I mean,
I've been
water.
noticing they haven't been restocking certain things like for months.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's supply chain stuff or what. Is the stuff gone?
No, it's just things are coming back in stock. So
Yeah.
it just takes, after the holidays, it literally takes about a month before they start shipping stuff into stores again.
I was just telling him I noticed at a lot of gas stations, it seems like the drink things and the
Yeah.
hooks are all empty.
There you are.
Okay, here's what you're gonna do. Take off running with the box and see if they challenge you.
I'm not chasing it.
You can take that off?
Oh yeah, shit.
Well,
That
you
thing.
said you were going to run off with it. I figured I would let it go, make it seem more legit.
That would be more legit. Like a die pack, it goes off in the car.
No jail.
We get back, I'm like, hey Randy, I got you a laptop. There's dial over me. Thanks, brother. See, the one thing I've noticed, and my wife and kids gives me shit all the time for it, but I'm always making jokes places like that because guys like that are dealing with jackass customers so often that they never get to laugh or smile.
He died about what you said about the home video.
You got-
Did you see his
Oh yeah?
He like,
You can see it through the mask.
Yeah.
That was a COVID smile.
Yeah.
It's my wife. Some of the stuff I say, people are like, "You can't say that," and they laugh their ass off. I'm like, see, they got to deal with shitty customers all day. I want to be the non-shitty.
Yeah.
I want to be the one. I want to be the adult that drops D's nuts jokes on. I got a kid at Chipotle the other day working behind the counter on a bofa, and he looked up like he couldn't believe some old dude was saying it. I said, "Bofa these nuts," and he's like, "No, he just didn't. No, he didn't." No, I wore the. I don't know what these are called.
I saw them this morning. I was like, wait, those are.
They're like moon boots. No, I've had them for a while. I don't wear them a ton. They're weird. This strap always comes off, and so it sits up here. It's kind of annoying, but it's not bad. But I don't know what they're called. Yeah, I don't know, Nike something. I call them the moon boots. Number 3. Okay, everybody's got access. So Teresa and Randy finally got access. Cool. Okay, so today they talked about steps 11 through 15. Never fucking quit. I think he might have said never quit. I put never fucking quit. That's the part that just kills me about people. Yeah, a lot of you don't know this, but for 2 to 3 years, our company and myself trained a lot of marketing agencies. That's actually how I met Teresa. Trained a lot of marketing agencies on building their business, and the focus of a lot of them was how to work with restaurants. 9.9 out of 10 of those agencies working with restaurants are no longer working with restaurants. You know why? They quit. They said, "Oh my God, this shit's hard. I'm gonna fucking go call on power washing. I'm gonna call on home building. I'm gonna call." They started a task, and because they didn't lose 20 pounds in 20 days, they decided, okay, I'm gonna try another diet. Stick with it. Told a guy this morning at the gym, we were talking about CrossFit. He's been there 4 weeks. I've been doing it for 10 years. There's a reason I can go in there and I don't get sore anymore. There's a reason things look easier to me. There's a reason I can do 40-inch box jumps. It's because I train consistently and I never quit. So don't quit. Did you read yesterday? No. Did you read the day before? No. You just lost 2 days of an attempt to build you. Read every fucking day. The biggest mistake I've made in my entire adult career is I didn't start reading until a couple years ago. Like I literally am like the shit that I've learned from books is comical. And I'm like, man, imagine if I'd have did this shit back then. I'd have a fucking parking lot full. I had a parking garage here with cars in it. Like, okay, I'm gonna drive the orange Bentley today. I'm gonna fly the orange helicopter today. That's the separation, is educating yourself. His football days in high school. He was living there. We all have that friends. I got a buddy. I say a buddy. I got a guy that I disconnected from a couple years ago because every time I talked to him, it was just negative. And 2, he was he was the running back for Phil Simms at Moorhead. And he always brought up all these things like what he did in the past and how great he was, and then how Phil Simms screwed him on his pro day and he didn't throw the ball to him and didn't it was always just living in the fucking past. And like what Grant talked about, he's like, you talk to the big hitters, they're not talking about what we did last week, the last deal they closed. They're talking about what they're gonna close. I'm not talking about when we launched the van in June. I'm talking about the next 48 vans. And I've got to get better at this. And by the way, all this shit I'm telling you, I'm not telling you because I'm a fucking genius at it. I don't read enough. Like I want to get to a point where literally I can spend 2 or 3 hours every morning, every night reading. Because I've seen the power of me reading for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. My problem is I get reading, I'm like, fuck, that's fire. And then I build a 30-minute fucking business plan on it. And I'm like, damn it, I forgot to read again. So that's that. So let's go around the room. So this is a restaurant that is on a 45-day trial with us and popped in here like a month in and said, go ahead and cancel everything. Our sales, we've had a decline. Well, it's not possible that us marketing more for them has gotten a decline. And their program actually looks pretty damn good. I mean, let's look at his dashboard. So here's what I see. Come around here. So here's a guy or a company that in a month has spent $539 on Facebook ads and Instagram ads because we're doing the marketing for free on our end. They've gotten 124,000 impressions on that advertising. They've gotten 3,000 engagements out of that. That's built a database of where 1,100 people raised their hand, but 928 have given us most of their information. 69% are brand new, 23% used to come. I don't know how this could be hurting his business. So let me record a quick loom. I do these little videos for clients. And sometimes I get a little passionate. So like I told Luis, I said, I'll do a polite one. And because sometimes my passion comes across as aggressive, maybe. And so, not yelling, just like it's something like that comment makes no fucking sense to me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this isn't making your sale. The fact that 1,000 people, 3,000 engagements have happened in 4 weeks, and 1,000 people gave you their data. Yeah. They didn't go, oh, you know what? I'm not going now. Everybody revolt. So when I hear comments like that, I'm like, what?
Just because maybe I'm not completely understanding. So the way you get the annual impact, it's based on.
So it's based on it's based on these people right here. So 10% of these people, when they come back 6 times a year and spend $60, his annual impact is $59,000.
Okay.
So what we do with marketing, everything we do isn't completely tracked. If everything we did was 100% tracked, that means you're going to be given a discount or a coupon every time somebody walks in your door. And I don't want that. And you don't want that for your restaurant. You want people to come to Lone Star, come back because they had great burger service and they love the place. Well, there's going to be some assumptions made. It's like I said the other day, I was telling a friend of mine this. There's a restaurant that is near my house called Barleycorns. I used to go to Barleycorns every week. It literally is between my house and my office. I live 8 miles from my office, and I have 2 ways to go there, US 42 or I-75. Well, I have a sports car I like driving. And when I drive it 2 or 3 days a week when it's sunny out, I love going fast. When I go to the expressway, I don't go by Barleycorns. And it was kind of funny. My wife and I, about 2 weeks ago, we went to Barleycorns for the first time in like 2 months. And she made a comment. We haven't been here in a while. I said, I know. I wonder why. I started thinking. I said, yeah, I know why. Why? I said, well, number one, we know they don't market. They don't email or text us at all. We love the place. I started driving home back and forth from the office on the expressway because I can do 100 really quick on the expressway, which is fun. And I don't drive past Barleycorns. And so the less often I see Barleycorns, the less often I go there. And so our system and what we preach to restaurants is, hey, if you're going to judge our success 100% off of this sales on the front end, you're missing the value. Because I've been to Lone Star. Unlike a lot of other marketing companies, we go to the restaurants we talk to. And I've been to Lone Star. It's a cool place. I love the atmosphere. I love the bathrooms. I love the setup. I love the little bar area. The burgers were unbelievable. I love it all. And I'm going to come back. So what I always question restaurants is, hey, if you got 100 Matt Plaps, and actually 600 is the magic number. If you have 600 Matt Plaps around your restaurant that you can get to come back more often, you're going to succeed at a level of 6 figures more profit a year. And the concept of getting those 600 people to come back is them seeing your name more often. Email, text, Facebook, Instagram, your website, your store sign. If Matt Plapp sees Barleycorns 50 times a year through their marketing, it's going to impact, let's say, 5 visits, a certain number of visits. If I see Barleycorns 1,000 times, it's going to impact more visits, correct? And so that's our goal. The annual impact comes from just giving people some peace of mind that, hey, all we got to do is get these dudes back 6 more times. But if we use your data correctly, we'll get them back a lot more. It's never a dull moment. But here's the shining moment. So a couple months ago, the basement flooded. And the only way I knew was that the alarm told me there was a water issue, which I didn't know our alarm had a water issue sensor. Yeah. Ironically, I yelled at the guy for 3 weeks to get it hooked up when it was being done. It got hooked up the day before the rain hit, which avoided a huge catastrophe, but the water cleaned the ground. Well, about a month ago, I looked at my tires like, man, I need new tires. And I've been kind of dragging my ass. Well, the tire blows out, it's a sign to get new tires, right? So if I get going really fast, could I jump it?
Probably, but you probably ain't got enough room to get up enough to clear the cab.
Okay.
Let's go up the road and come off that parking lot.
It might cause some damage though.
Might.
Okay. I'll go low. I'll lift there's a lift on the front too. I'll lift up.
Okay, I was going to ask if they had the suspension like a 911 has. But pull up to them ramps and I'll line
Yep, it's going up.
Sweet. Pull up to the back of the truck and I'll line you up. And then
I feel like I need to pour one out for the tire. Like pour one out for my homies. I think I'm going with it. He wants me to just ride on the truck. He said it's legal. Hey, check out those things on the roof. You see those little clips? The prior owner said that they would have a problem on this slate roof when it snowed, that it would stay there, and when somebody would come through the door and enough vibration, it would dump the whole snow on the roof on them.
There's that one video I love, the guys.
The new Corvettes. I like your Corvettes of the Ferrari. Is that one?
Yeah, the cheap Ferrari. There's a video I saw one time, a guy in New York in one of these, and this chick comes up and asks her, he goes, she asked what kind of car it is, and he told her it was a Ferrari, another Mustang.
Yeah, there's a Lamborghini, Ferrari, Mustang. There's a bunch of versions of that.
I'll probably have, what's his name, drive it off of.
Cool. Thanks, man. So here's kind of what happened, and this is a simple way. So here's Matt Plapp's house. I need an orange marker for the Lambo, but I don't have it. You go down, you go up. So this is CrossFit The Tracks. That's where I do CrossFit at. It's the gym I used to be a partner on, just divested recently. This is Barleycorns. This is us, our office. So this is ABR. This is Mount Zion Road. This is I-75. This is KY-18. So I was in this habit for the past year. I mean, I drive the Lambo once a week, but I would drive my Infiniti, and I would scoot down here, and I would scoot up to the office, and then I would scoot to the gym, and then I would scoot back. And so I'm driving by Barleycorns 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day sometimes, because I'm going back to watch Cole play football, whatever. When I drive the Lambo, I don't do that. I go to this light, because there's a lot of stoplights in between here, and so it's not as fun. I'd turn right and go down Mount Zion to I-75 for a couple reasons. One, it's easier, but also, number two, this stretch of road's pretty fun to drive the Lambo on. Don't tell the cops that. So I would pop down here when I drive the Lambo to work and skirt up and come down. It's only a couple miles, so it's happening really fast. Well, for whatever reason, in like November, December, I realized I wasn't driving the Lambo much. I actually was reading up on some stuff, the psychology of, short white guy syndrome like I have of owning a car like that. But also the fact that the mindset, it puts me in a different mood when I'm in it. So I told myself, I'm gonna drive a Lambo more often. It's only a couple miles to the office, not worry about putting the miles on it. So I would drive it more often. So what happened was I went from taking this route all the time, I mean literally 15, 20 times a week, to zero. That I had probably a 3-week period where I drove the Lambo every day. And so I'm driving up to the office, and then I'm back on the expressway, down to the gym, and then back home. And so what happened was, Barleycorns lost my attention from me not driving by their sign. They don't have my cell phone number. They don't have my B-Day, which wouldn't be relevant here because my birthday's not until May, but they don't have my cell phone number. Their social media is lacking. Like I've never seen them on Facebook. I'm probably a fan, and I live in 2 or 3 miles from the restaurant. So I'm a 45-year-old married with kids guy that eats out all the time. The algorithms know I eat out. But what tells me is they're not doing a good job there. They do have my email because I logged into their Wi-Fi one time, but their email marketing sucks. Not to be mean, it does. It talks about Barleycorns. I go to Barleycorns because I love their Dock-style wings. Ironically, I told this story twice yesterday. Guess where I ate dinner last night? Barleycorns. Wife was at a cheer thing with Paige. My son was going bowling. I went to Barleycorns after I left the office at 7:30. Had Dock-style wings by myself. Got a little picture of me eating the Dock-style wings with the new Jays. It really hit me this past week that shows you how something as basic as my traffic pattern changing because I'm driving the Lambo affected their sales. Now imagine if they had my cell phone number. And imagine if their email marketing wasn't lackluster and only talking about Barleycorns. Imagine if it sent me a message and said, Matt, who's going to go to the Super Bowl this year? Click below, go to Instagram, tell us your Super Bowl pick. Now all of a sudden I open the email. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I think the Bengals might go. The Bears might go. And I click on it. I go there. The Bears aren't going to go. They're not even in the playoffs. We're screwed there. But it would get me to open more often. It comes down to attention. I always talk about attract, build, retain. Well, the only way that Barley Coins was attracting my attention is now gone. They don't have my data to use at a high level, and what they do have, they don't use at a high level, and so they miss this right here. And I always say that's the most important part. The reason to get data is to retain people like Matt Plapp. And where this came up was literally about a month ago. Me and the wife and the kids were eating at Barley Coins, and we hadn't been there in like 2 months. And I'm like, why the hell haven't we been to Barley Coins lately? And then it hit me, this right here. That's the only way they were getting my business. I mean, they have awesome food, awesome service. It's an environment I like. There's never anything wrong. I don't think I've probably ever had a bad meal that I could ever recount. But their attention, them getting me to come was based on that quarter-mile stretch of land. When that quarter-mile stretch of land is gone, that means they lose my attention. When they lose my attention, they lost my business. So inadvertently, sorry Barley Coins, the Lambo lost you my wing sales for 2 months, which is about $80 every time the family goes there. Times, let's say, we went every week basically for the last 2 years. Like during the pandemic, I'll have to get you some pictures. During the pandemic, me, Christy, Cole, and Paige sat in Barley Coins parking lot every week and ate wings while you couldn't dine in because we didn't want to go home and eat. We sat in the parking lot. So I supported them because they were top of mind because I was driving that stretch of land.
And people have been running into this week where they need to get a certain number of sales per year that their goals.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's like 5% more people, 5% more visits will increase that by
Yeah.
however much.
Well, that's the restaurant we talked to the other day. I got to call the guy tonight. He's like, Matt, I need 20% more in sales, which for his business, he's about a $500,000 restaurant. He needs $100,000. And I broke it down and said, you need the attention and retention of 600 people. 200 brand new, 200 frequent, 200 lost. If you get Matt Plapp, if you retain my visits and get me back 5 to 10 times more a year, you get new people to now come 15 to 20 times a year, and you get a lost customer to come back 15 or 20. You literally there have gotten, you got 200 people times, let's just say 10 visits there, that's 2,000. You got 200 times 15, I think that's 3,000 if I'm doing it right. 200 times 15, 3,000. There's 8,000 visits just on some generic math. 8,000 visits, let's say Barley Coins, the average bill's $50 for us typically. I need a calculator on the wall. That's $450,000 in sales. That's stupid. Let's just say Matt Plapp is 75% off. That's $125,000 or so in sales with overhead that already exists. So all you've got is your 30% food cost, and you got incremental traffic. That right there, let's just say is $100,000 in net profit. Bottom line, end of the day, all because they didn't retain my attention. They depended on that. There's also always a billboard right around here. There's a Papa John's in this little strip center, and there's a billboard that Barley Coins smart wise buys this billboard all the time. And when you do drive by, you're like, oh shit, Barley Coins looks good. And then you skirt. The minute that's gone, the minute short white dudes in their Lambo take this route to work, there goes your sales. That's all we got.
One Matt Plapp up there.
There's more than one Matt Plapp. Now maybe not many with
If
the
ever you
orange.
got Lamborghinis, they'd be in big trouble.
They'd be in big trouble. But there's more than people that have changed their pattern that aren't going to work anymore. Yeah, we're meeting in person, but there's a lot of businesses that aren't, where they're not going to work anymore. Their patterns have changed. Their kids are virtual learning, so they're not there. There's so many things that have changed that when you're dependent on one attraction source, you're effed.